What is up, Whale Family? This is Nightmare bringing you Hangtime, where we talk NBA Top Shot, the market, fantasy basketball, and all things hoops and hype. And I'm thankful today to have my hype man with me, Roon. Roon, how you doing?
Good, good, good. How's it going? How's it going?
It is a crazy day, as everyone can probably hear from my voice. This has definitely been a challenge as far as dealing with technical issues and everything else going on. But we are once again live with Hang Time to talk all the cool and exciting things. And man, what a week has it been? First of all, how was your Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was wonderful. I am absolutely stuffed. I'm still eating that leftovers, making all kinds of different meals. But actually, I should say it's my mom's when she's visiting. But how was
I don't know
yours?
if you guys had, it was good. I don't know if you had the opportunity to see, like I had the standard stuff, but my proudest moment was that I repurposed some extra Pillsbury crescent roll dough into a masterful calzone, which I shared with Whale Shark as he was collecting photography. And I was quite proud of it from a foodie
Awesome.
perspective. So I would highly recommend it. If you got any crescent rolls laying around, stuff it with some Italian meat, steak and cheese or whatever, and go to town with it.
Nice. That sounds good.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've been watching any NBA games over the past week. Some exciting stuff. I know you've been definitely following MLS as they gear
Oh
up and
yeah.
they're in the playoffs and whatnot. But I did find this very interesting coming from Walker being shipped out of the Seas. There was a lot of talk that it was a big mistake from what
Oh
Brad
wow.
Stevens and Danny Ainge had kind of put together and what that meant.
Hmm.
And, Walker's really not contributing. In fact, he's actually been taken out of the rotation as a whole, so they say. So really struggling to find his way. Definitely interesting stuff going on down there in New York.
Yeah, definitely. If it's anything like Russell Westbrook's little tirade, then we probably won't be seeing him for a little bit. It's just, yeah. I mean, it's how the good have fallen.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do just with
Yeah.
him playing, and certainly his body's taken the wear and tear over the years,
Yep.
and you know.
Time.
Another player, much like Penny Hardaway, who we talked about. But I love this tweet that I've seen right here. Kemba
Mm,
Walker on the Shanghai
there
Sharks
you
next year, just lighting it up.
go. It's awesome.
Funny story. I actually had been coached by at one point when I was doing like youth basketball by a player who led the nation in scoring uh,
Oh wow.
in college. Rob Feaster. He played for Holy Cross,
Oh nice.
but he actually was staying in the town that I was playing in Massachusetts. So had a brief run in with someone that had that kind of scoring ability. Was pretty cool. He gave us a couple of pointers on what we could do with our little 5'4" frames at the time.
I hear you. I hear you on that one.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I was just looking at the NFL standings here briefly before we get
Oh, those
started with hang
things.
time.
Hey, wait, wait, wait! You gotta hit up the East, man. You gotta hit the NFC East.
The NFC East.
Yeah. Oh, darn it. We're still in second.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the teams that are running away and the ones that are in contention, and some that I'm pretty surprised at where they're at. I thought Cleveland had a golden opportunity,
Yes.
especially with the way the game was going, to really make up some ground. But they'll have
Yep.
to get themselves together. And Pittsburgh, wow,
It was a
gross.
weird week. It was a weird week. It was. I mean, look at the race.
You still with me, Varun? Lost you for a moment, but it definitely was a weird week, that's for sure. I did want to highlight my man Mac Jones, Big Mac, who put up some amazing numbers in his game against the Titans. But I appreciated this tweet with him and Damian Harris
Yes.
just out there, just loving life. And what
It just
any
shows down to earth.
right? Any idea on what we should take from this jersey that he's wearing?
I know the simple fact that he's wearing a Jags jersey.
He's out there
He's
repping.
gonna be.
Um,
Yep.
but definitely just you see him, he's so poised in the pocket, and to see that he's just this down to earth college kid just living it up is definitely got me on board. And I was actually looking at jerseys since the Cyber Monday. I need a quick
Uh.
poll from you, Rune. You gotta let me know
Yep.
if I should I go with the red, white, or the blue for my Mac Jones.
Nah, you need the red. You need the red.
It's that's a
Definitely.
bold move, Cotton. Definitely a bold move.
Yes.
Blue,
Yes.
blue would be the standby, but I feel like white would be cool, but I would absolutely wreck it. So
You
I know
gotta
you wanted to
stand
talk.
out. You gotta stand out.
Yeah, I hear you. I know you wanted to talk a little bit about what was going on in MLS right now, and you had sent me a couple of links. But I love this tweet,
Yes.
and really, I really don't have the knowledge precedent like you. It talks about like this being a big turnaround. Tell me a little bit about what's going on with Revolution.
All right, this is massive, and if I cut out, I'll quickly switch over to a different mic. But the Revs, okay, they were kind of like the Buffalo Bills of the MLS soccer world by going to 4 straight MLS Cup finals and losing every single one of them. That was a while ago. They were in there recently in 2014.
We lost you once again, Roon. I think they knew that you
Okay,
wanted to talk.
okay, no.
You briefly
Oh my
came
God!
came out.
Yeah, I can't. My mic is auto muting me, so it doesn't want me to talk about this at all.
You have some
Anyway,
alpha to share with us, or what? So
yeah, right.
again, so it's been about 3 years, and these guys had a big turnaround. You're saying?
Yes. So they 2 years ago they had another coach, a brand new head coach. They got rid of the sporting director, everyone, and they brought in a coach. It was his first time coaching, but he was an amazing U.S. Men's national team player. Didn't coach too well. They were bottom of the barrel. One game I think they won. No one wanted to play for him. This year. Okay, I'm just gonna have my hand on the mute button because this is crazy. Anyway, so what happened was he came in, Bruce Arena, and inherited the team and was in just shambles a year and a half ago. And then last year, or no, excuse me, 2.5 years ago, then he turned it around, grabbed some signings, and now they won the Supporters Shield, which is the best record in all of MLS. And three of their players so far, two of their.
Wow, Roon, you're cutting out once again. You might need to switch mics. You're getting so excited. I think you're overloading the system.
Yeah, different mic. I'm sick of it right now. Anyway, so they are two of their players got awarded with the different types of awards, and so did their coach. So they got the Supporter Shield, first major trophy, first time they ever did it. This is New England, and then they put out this little fight song because they had the best record. Not fight song, fight video. Because they had the best record, they are home field advantage in the playoffs. They haven't played in 2 weeks, and their next playoff game is tomorrow against NYCFC. So what you're showing right now is goalkeeper of the year, Matt Turner, and he is on the U.S. men's national team as well. Weird side note story for him, 17 years old is when he started playing soccer, which is insanely old for a professional soccer player. He used to play hockey in Jersey. So he went all through high school playing hockey and then just decided to give it a shot at being a soccer goalkeeper and has crushed it. So he has made it, and he made an appearance at the Pats game during the coin toss. Carl's Gill, actually, I should have said that. I should have said Carl's Heel because it's Heel, not Gill. He's comeback player of the year. He was injured all of last season with a ACL tear, and now he's got the most assists and probably is going to be MVP of the league. And then the coach of the year was just announced today, Bruce Arena. He used to coach the LA Galaxy with Landon Donovan and David Beckham, but he left to coach the U.S. men's national team. Didn't work out. Came in as sporting director and head coach and is crushing it. But you got to check out that little hype video that I sent to you. And I know this is all New England right now, but you know what? I'm a huge fan of it, and I know you're in the area. So there's a couple of my friends in this video, which is really nice to see them. But yeah.
Yeah, full disclosure, you are not a Patriots fan. You are an Eagles fan. Is that right?
I am a full-fledged Eagles fan. The only time you catch me in Gillette Stadium is watching a Revs game.
Nice. Let's check out the video.
Welcome to New England. Before you make yourself at home, there's some things you should know. We don't get pushed around, ever. Revolution is in our blood. Revolution is in our pounding heart. as we outrun and outthink those who stand against us.
Win, lets it drop, takes a shot. Oh, takes a shot and scores the game winner.
This is no place for the weak-hearted, no place for whiners. No, around here, we stand and deliver. We defend the fort. We're rebels and we ride. So bring the fight, bring the flag, bring the family, bring the hope and love, bring your best. Because you're in our home now, and you're gonna need it.
We fly.
Bring the fight. New England Revolution.
Yep. And if they make the finals, they're playing it in Gillette Stadium, and I will be there.
Did that get you all hyped up, Roon?
Yeah, and I hope they don't blow it tomorrow. They play NYCFC tomorrow, and they should win. But yeah.
So tell me about this playoff bracket. What? Because I don't follow MLS. So what are the key matchups here? What are some surprises that have happened?
Yeah. So there were a lot of surprises. So Colorado, on the left-hand side playing Portland, Colorado lost to Portland. Colorado was number 1 in the West, and they had a great record. Portland is good, but yeah, to win 1-0, that was huge for them. Another upset was RSL and SKC. So SKC is Sporting Kansas City, and RSL is Real Salt Lake. You can see right there, number 7th place and 3rd place. RSL pulled it off. On the eastern side, you had Philadelphia against Nashville. Nashville, even though they were in 3rd place, they're tough. If New England was playing them, they lost to them twice in the season. 2 out of 3 times they ended up losing. So I was really nervous about Nashville, but Philadelphia took care of them. And if New England beats New York City FC, they will play Philly. And that is, I mean, you just said it. I'm a Philadelphia Eagles fan and not a Patriots fan, but the Philadelphia Union, I'll only go and root for if New England's out of it for soccer. I'm all messed up, I know. But so I want New England to do it. Obviously, I want them to go all the way and win it all. But to have Portland or RSL in the as a potential finalist, crazy. RSL's a sleeper, but they're surprising people.
And that's pretty cool. Thanks for giving me a little flavor. Where's the Cup championship being held?
So it depends on who is in the final. So if New England makes it all the way to the final, it's in New England. It's in Gillette Stadium. If Philadelphia will be the one hosting it if they beat New England, and then
so it's just the top seed.
It's the top seed. You're right.
Okay.
Yep.
Interesting. So have you been to games? Like how's the attendance been this year?
The attendance has been absolutely amazing. I go to I go when I was allowed to. I would go over the border to Montreal to watch when New England played Montreal. Going to Montreal Impact games, or excuse me, it's not Montreal Impact anymore. Their stadium, it reminds me so much of a European stadium. Now it's not as big, but the crowd is just as into it, and just it feels like it. And they're super nice up there. They're really nice. They give us a hard time. They heckle, but then they laugh with us afterwards, no matter what. And I've been to a lot of New England games in Gillette Stadium, and the crowd is just as amazing. The best part about it at Gillette Stadium is being in the fort, which is right behind the field goal post, where the walk-in, where the score underneath the scoreboard. Ruckus, loud, jumping like crazy, like you saw in the video. But I know like 7 or 8 people, and I'm actually part of one of the clubs there. And like my son was there, flying the flag around, playing the drums with them. And they're so nice. I love the culture. The culture is amazing.
That's cool. So are there MLS NFTs, or is it just on an international kind
No,
of scale with so rare and whatnot?
it's just international so far, and I have a feeling it'll be coming soon because they're trying to get up to date with a lot of everything that's going on the pop culture side of things, and NFT is considered pop culture in this, at least in the some of the sporting world. So they're trying to catch themselves up, and they don't want to be left behind.
Listen, Roon, I think you're a resident, football expert here as far as international football. So you got to get out there and get collecting on some of these soccer NFTs, so you could, give us some alpha.
Definitely will do, and I'll let anyone know, because the moment I find out, I'm in, and I will spread the news.
Dope. So let's talk Top Shot, will we? NBA Top Shot, the market over the past week looks like we've actually broken it. It looks like it stayed relatively flat to where we were when we looked at it a week ago. Obviously, we had a bit of a run up as well, and then it actually had fallen just recently slightly below. So as dramatic as these peaks and valleys may look, we were at roughly 800K when we last took a look at the market and tried to assess things. We're still at about that level now. If we look at the metrics that we look at on Moment Ranks, there is a gradual slide here that's happening. Likewise, we can see some transactional volume. That's typical of when we have things that are catalysts, like people trying to accumulate moments and qualify for, the first legacy pack that they're going to be dropping here with the reserve packs. But really, this is a continuation of what we had seen the week prior. Now, that being said, we are witnessing right now a significant run up, right? After a lull for a couple of days, a run up in the price of ETH and BTC, and that'll have an influence on what you're seeing right now in the market as far as, total market cap and transactional volume. But if you took a look at our latest, market update, and by the way, we published this publicly to Twitter, and it's just a fraction of what we have in our market analysis dedicated room. But if you look at the NFT Fear and Greed Index at its last read, it's not too bad. No, it's really not too bad. And even with the context from our analysts, they had said, all major measures did drop, but really, being that it's a holiday week, that's to be expected, right? So, a lot of people are away from their computer, they're focusing on family and things of that nature, but people still had keen interest. And, you can see in recent days, there's been a lot of people still accumulating things. Certainly Whale Shark wasn't slowed by the holiday and what the sentiment is out there. So I don't think these numbers are too scary, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah, no, I think it's. I think we're. I'm looking at 2022 already, and I think that NFTs, the Fear and Greed Index, I think it's going to get higher. It's going to. Things are going to blow up in 2022.
If we look at Rookshot Market, where it takes a look at the base series, both of them slid. But again, given the context that we just had about the holiday and where people's confidence level is in the NFT market, as well as what's happening to the greater macro market right now, not too concerned about these slides. It's subtle. It's in line with what we're seeing as far as activity because of what was going on with the holiday. This is something I'm keeping my eye on. So just a slight uptick in the new users that are on the platform. I want to see that really ratchet up. I mean, ideally, I had said that I'd love to see 1 million at the end of the season. I think a more realistic goal might be, 750,000 at the rate that they're going now. We'll see if they have some plans for the second half of the season after the All-Star game and, heading into the playoffs that could really ratchet that up.
Yes.
If we look at the Whale Vault, we were roughly $30 million last time. We're a tick under that now at 29 million. If we look over at Evaluate Market, it still pegs us at about the $36 million range. That's where we were last week. And again, still a healthy 1.1 million ROI. So we're in good position there. And given, that we're sustaining this value, as well as some of the new things that we've seen with some of these rare artists and the collection of one-of-ones that we have, as well as the absolute bananas run up in metaverse land valuations, especially the sandbox. We should see a significant uptick in our, annual audit of the Whale Vault. At least we should, from my perspective, but you never know with the way that they're trying to aggregate metrics.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
If we look at my players that I've been eyeballing since I did not scoop them, this Jokic actually stayed the same, $88 versus $88 last week when we took a look at it. Halliburton continues to slide. I think there's a couple of different factors there, but hey, if I was interested in getting involved, it's not far not far from the absolute low that I had seen a couple months ago at $148. So maybe some buying opportunities in the near future for me for some things that I got my eye on.
I think someone actually pulled a brand new Halliburton out of one of their packs, if I'm not mistaken. I'm trying to go back in the because we were posting what some people had gotten from their poll today. I may have been mistaken, but I could have swore I saw someone with a Halliburton, a new one.
Yeah, and Esoteric had mentioned he's not playing well. He's not, but given the potential that we had seen prior, it still would be a player that I would be open to collecting, right? So much like our ethos we try to talk about here with fine art and other things that we collect, it's for 3, 4, 5 years down the road what I think the value will be versus the next 6 months. And not saying that trying to buy something for the next 6 months is not the correct method. It's just not what I'm looking to do with NBA Top Shot.
Yeah.
So I did want to talk about this pack drop today, fresh threads, released today at about 2 p.m. Actually, while I was setting up to hop onto this stream, I was able to get back in line and score a second pack. So I was able to score 2 of these today. 130,000 were made available for sale. Like I said, you could hop back in line. They were $14 each. Goal of these is to showcase the new unis out this year. There's a lot of supply. A ton of these packs were airdropped, and it's stacked depending on how many complete sets you had of select sets. So I was able to score 2. How about yourself, Roon?
I got 1. I had enough in the Dapper wallet for 1, and I was just hoping to be able to get it before I had to get my kids in school, and it worked. So I got my 1 pack.
Yeah, we'll have to have you rip it later. I think you'll bring the mojo. I have not pulled something awesome on stream yet, and I think you'll be the first one to do it.
I don't know, man. My mojo kind of got wasted in the last packs, but yeah.
We need some of the I forgot who it was that pulled their first NFT ever, and it was that rare Hot Wheels, right? We need to get some of that mojo.
Was that Mongoose or
No. It may have been John. We'll have to take a look at it again. But this is what everyone's talking about. Tomorrow, the reserve packs are finally going to be out. So 4 moments, 500 packs available, requires 350 trade-in tickets, which could cost you, I don't know, $700 or $1,000, right? Depending on what floor you were buying at $2 or $3. Each moment on the floor. A lot of time, a lot of carpal tunnel was had trying to get people to accumulate enough tickets for this. I know Feria said he was actually combining with his homie to go in together and score a pack. 800 people qualified. I think I saw someone mention in the chat, only 500 packs available. So there's going to be people on the outside looking in after putting in that much effort. That's got to sting.
Yeah, I know, and I'm hoping to see some. I'm hoping it's worth it. Like, if you're gonna pull 350 tickets, these cards better be really good. I'm sorry, that's a lot of money, and I mean, if you were pulling back in the day, that's fine, and keeping in hodling, yeah, I can see you getting 350, but these better be good.
You know what, the 350 is like, it is what it is. There's been rare and legendary packs that are roughly $1,000, but when people were talking about the time that it took for them to actually perform the task and get the 350 tickets, that's where I started turning my head and say, I'd have to have second thoughts about that. But going in with some friends is definitely a good idea that Feria had. I'm interested to see how that ends up playing out for him. So we will be watching that tomorrow for sure. Good luck to everyone that will be involved in scoring. I did want to bring up a cool tweet that I had seen. This is John Boy Beats, who actually went through and aggregated some data that has a lot of metrics relative to the EV on these packs, what's available, what the kind of quantities you're looking at. So again, John Boy Beats, go ahead and take a look at this thread that he had put together. Some great charts and some great metrics. The long and short of it is there's a big spread. Right? There's definitely a big spread on what this could be. So the median that most people will probably get here, 794, roughly $800, but you could end up with a couple hundred, right? And then the max, if you're looking for a lottery ticket, obviously it's there. If I was actually participating in this, it would be for the thrill of the pull and trying to score something. But I know some people specifically look on opportunities to really maximize what they're putting in and out of the market and trying to, monetarily stack up that way. So if you do, great thread to look at what the opportunities are and, what the odds and statistics are for you.
Yeah, definitely. And this is actually really good. That's some good insight right there.
Yeah. So once again, if you're looking for this, John Boy Beats is the Twitter @ So we had more of these showcase challenges over the past week. This one actually just wrapped today. You could score a Courtney Vandersloot fandom moment. Right now, there is a new one that's wrapping tomorrow, I believe, right? So you can score a vintage vibe Steve Nash. Again, some of these are a little bit difficult to, get all the qualifying moments that you need for them. 10 moments, once again, although you can get archive set or run it back. So you need assists, you need point guards, you need select MVPs, you need Nets moments, you need Suns moments. If you wanted to hunt this down because you really love Steve Nash, power to you. You're quite the fan, but I would think that some people may already have a lot of these because they were collecting some of these specific sets and moments. So again, this is over tomorrow. If you want to score, I'm not really sure what the mint was on the last showcase challenge. Do you know off chance?
I don't actually.
Yeah, no, some of them have been pretty limited based on the qualifiers they've been putting together.
Yeah.
So we will see what this ends up being. I did want to make mention of this as well. I found this interesting. So earlier in the week, they actually burned moments, and they had talked about this, but NBA Top Shot burned about 10,000 unsold moments from a Series 1 rare set of the Eastern and Western Conference Finals. So those were taken out of circulation and really helped, the value of the existing moments. But then we've seen these random moments that got burned as well that haven't even been released, right? So
yeah, like the Carmelo Anthony. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, so there's a lot of speculation. What was it? Was it just a mistake? What does this mean? Or we just to assume that it never, if they never were minted? But just something of note, right? It's just an anomaly that we don't typically see.
Be interesting to see if any of us get one of those, from our pack drop. So from this.
I did also want to bring up, we got the name NFL All Day. I think that came in just after we had our Hangtime episode last week. What are your thoughts on it, Roon?
I am super, super excited. It may wipe my bank account. But I have a thing where I have to go for all my team, the moments that are available for my team, and then maybe some that are playing for different teams now, but used to play for the Eagles. But I am super excited about this. And the fact that they named it NFL All Day, I was kind of interested in that name. It's definitely different, but like, what are you going to call them? You can't call them moments, but can you? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're kind of using phraseology and vernacular that's common when they're talking in the NFL. But I found some of the the discussion around what it's going to be like and what kind of moments that you'll see pretty cool. Here they talk about the various sets, right? What they'll be called as far as common, rares, and legendaries, which will be the iconic moments. These team and player melts is a pretty cool concept, right? Like things that were really impactful to a game, you could see kind of memorialized this way. Like they're talking about a 2-minute drive and things of that nature. So like we had talked about, they're going to have some different ways to, pay tribute to the game and to some of the players. But what I'm really interested in is if you have this difference in how you encapsulate and share these moments, so to speak, right, with the fandom, how are they going to gamify that in a totally different way than what we have now, right? Like maybe you can piece together a game plan with 2-minute drill. Like there's so many different ways that you could use it. And also the timing cadence is different with football than basketball, right? So I think that's what I'm really interested to see is how they're going to gamify it. And then a couple of conversations I've had with someone I may or may not know that works at Dapper said that, that is interesting, but that's, step one is to get out the product, and then the fleshing out with the gamification is to come afterwards. So I don't expect them to come right out the gate with everything.
Yeah, no, it'll probably just be like exactly what they're doing with Top Shots, and that's as time goes on, there'll be more things announced, and I'm still calling it Super Bowl, calling it.
Possibly. Esso says that he's not a huge fan of the name. Yeah, it didn't really strike me as well at first. Maybe there's some further integration into what the mechanics are. right? Maybe it's, I don't know, something on a 24-hour cycle. I really don't know, but I was surprised at the name as well. But man, I hate to see what the candidates were that lost, right? What else was on the table?
Yes, exactly.
So who knows? Maybe this is, a cool integration that we'll come to appreciate once we get all the details.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found this interesting, Roon. I don't know if you know much about these crypto moris, but I've been seeing these pop up all over the place over the past week, including our own alumni Heather here, who was able to score one. On my Twitter Spaces, I'm seeing a ton. I'm seeing a ton of people that have apes hop in as well. Are you seeing this, or is this just me?
No. I'm seeing it also. And once again, I feel like I'm late to the party. I'm like, how come I'm just finding out about this now? Come on. So yes, I saw them, and they're really cool looking.
Yeah, someone, I don't know if it was Frank. I tried to call Frank and say, "Hey, Frank, weren't we just talking about this?" And he was like, who are you talking about? So, I was definitely talking about these with someone and looking at these. I want to say a couple of weeks ago, and hadn't done anything. And now to see the traction that it's got is pretty cool, especially when it has a lot of, altruistic goals and just making people appreciate life. They're raising money for various things, but something to keep our eye on. It looks like these are starting to get some traction. The art style is relatively cool. Reminds me of Cool Cats, quite honestly. And right now the floor price is 0.5.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll take a look at that and see if this is once again one of those things I tell everybody take a look at, and then it blows through the roof.
Yeah.
Which is typically my luck, right?
Yeah, same here.
I did want to also mention we featured Warps from Tara Naomi and the group over there at Warp Sound. It's a PFP, AI-driven generative project that has a lot of cool elements relative to music and really incorporating some different facets in community building. And actually, just wanted to give you guys a call out. I don't think that they publicly stated when their mint is going to be, besides early December, but we are likely to get a batch of whitelist spots available. So be on the lookout for that in the Discord. I'll likely put something in our roll rooms where anyone that's interested in getting on the whitelist and getting into Warps, we will have an opportunity to do that. And, probably I'll be able to score an opportunity for people to win one as well. But I thought this was pretty cool given the AI aspect.
Yeah, and I remember their stream, and it's the music behind it all is great also. So yeah, this is definitely one I want to check out.
Yeah, I think this may actually have some. Let me check it out.
The fact that it's AI generated music is awesome.
Yeah, no, it's pretty dope. We've seen a lot of interesting things. I was talking with Fabio, who joined our team recently and has a tremendous music background. The community will learn more about Fabio in the near future. But there was actually, some sound banks looking to put everything on blockchain and have people participate. A lot of exciting things happening with the technology and leveraging it in the music space that's sure to come. I think that, I'm an advocate of maybe parsing out our Discord a little more and getting some focus on photography, which we all know what's happening there with the traction in the recent days, as well as music.
Definitely. Yeah, and especially with the photography aspect of it, I am loving that. That's my secret little side passion.
Nice. Yeah, I think I've seen some of yours. You're up in the helicopter. Yeah. Is that it?
I know. I was actually doing drone photography when the leaves were at their peak here in New England. So yeah, it turned out to be some really good shots.
Super dope. As always, want to highlight what's going on in our fantasy football or our football gamification elements here. So we actually have a pretty tight week. Do I even have the right week up here? Yeah, I do. Week 12 matchups. So we have a tight week at the top. Hooper Dude and Esso going to slug it out, and then a ton with an opportunity for second place. So hopefully your tiebreakers were on point. Last night, it actually came down to the tiebreaker as well, right? So some I think 3 people were tied at 7 correct answers each. So good luck to everyone. If you haven't already gotten in, you can still get into the prop bets for this evening. It's pinned in the sports NFT channel. Go ahead and participate. It's a cool way to just get involved, even if you don't follow football all the time. We've had a bunch of people that have won and really enjoyed the camaraderie and the chop busting that goes on in there.
I came in 3rd place for my first time. And it
You
was
did?
because of my tiebreaker by 1 point last week.
You definitely did. So with that, we got some packs that we can rip here, Roon. What do you think for the order? Should you go first? Should I go first?
Let the more experienced go first.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw mine up first. Let me get a couple of Joe Boos in the chat. Hopefully we pull a Scotty Barnes or someone, and then we can make this definitely something other than just a bunch of trade tickets. But if it is trade tickets, that's cool. I probably won't trade them in. I might sell them on the market if I ever get off my butt and actually do it. But I enjoy the rip process. So Joe Boos are flying. Let's rip some open. Hey, Russ.
Westbrook, that's a good. Wow.
That was a nice move, though. Yeah.
That was. Uh-oh, here you go. It's not a Tatum, at least.
A little home cooking.
Devin Booker, you got some good pulls.
That play looks like the LaMelo play they got him benched the other night.
Yeah.
All right, Roon, you're up.
Yeah. All right. Let's see if I can do this. And all right. So here we go. All right. Here we go. I'm not going to go in the same order that you did, so let's do this.
Yeah, it's obviously not lucky for me.
There we go. It's all right. And I get to Tatum.
I like it.
Yeah, good. His 5,000th moment.
I think he's still less than Jaylen Brown, but I'd have to double check that.
I'm not a big fan of layups unless they're really good. Yeah, he fought for it. It's nice. Let's see what this last one is.
No layups for you, Roon? You're just bagging people down the post?
Yeah, I'm a three-pointer and handles and dunk. I'm a fan of those. And I get another layup, but that's all right. Oh, what did he do there? Did you see that? He did a nice little cross there before he set that one up.
Cool. I actually have one more pack.
You got one more? Go for it.
I can. Roon, can you mute yours?
Yep.
We were getting kind of the stereo effect there. Not that I didn't enjoy it. Kind of gave it a little, a little up tempo. I have so many Terrence Manns.
I was just say it's another one that's up there.
That's kind of dope.
Yeah, that was a good one. Ooh, haha. Straight power.
Yes, indeed. So our streak continues, man. We have to get someone on stream that has better luck than us to try to pull something dope for everyone to see.
Yes, definitely.
Why doesn't DC get on here and pull some packs?
I'll talk to him on that one.
Yeah.
I'll get him on that. He definitely needs to if he hasn't.
Get him on that.
Will do.
All right, guys. Hope you guys have a great week. Everyone that's digging out after a few days off, everyone that's trying to get back into the swing of things after overly indulging themselves on sandwiches made out of Pillsbury crescent rolls. I know a few people that have done that and are paying the price. We will talk to you guys soon. Please let us know how you're doing tomorrow on the archive packs. Drop into the sport NFT room. We'll throw you some Joe Boos, and we'd love to share in the joy or the tears, regardless of what it is. We'll be there with you to participate. So talk to you guys soon.
And don't forget, go Revs tomorrow.